So we have different modules in SAP. Okay, so SAP is a systems applications product in data processing. SAP stands for systems applications product in data processing. So SAP was developed in 1972 in Germany. So headquarters for SAP is in Germany, Waldorf. So we have SAP labs in Bangalore. SAP labs in Bangalore. Okay, so SAP has many modules. Okay, so to give you idea, I'm just giving you what are all modules are there in SAP. So whatever the departments are there, right, in the company, like a finance department, sales department, and HR department, and production department. Each department we have each module. So this module is, we call each department is a module, like a finance department is FI and CO is a module in finance department. Example, FICO, financing and controlling, and SD, sales and distribution module. Sales department is sales and distribution module, it is SD. And marketing and materials related, so MM, materials management. PP is the production planning. HR, human resource management. So like that, we have many modules, and all these are all functional modules. Okay, so like a functional module means, so each and every company should have all these. HRs, they should have HR department, they should have production department, and materials management department, and sales department, finance department. So each department is responsible to do their activity. So here you are going to learn FICO module. So who will learn FICO normally? Whoever is having accounting background and the accounting education background, like BCom, MBA, CA, ICWA, then BBA, all these students will learn FICO module. The remaining modules, the respective of education. Okay, so they may go with other modules. Depends on their education and their knowledge in the finance and the accounting. So you should have minimum accounting knowledge, like what is a debit and what is a credit and how accounting entry is generated. That information is required to learn FICO module. Okay, so the current version of SAP is S/4HANA version. So prior to this, means most of the clients are till now are using ECC version. Okay, so let's understand some versions of SAP.
Okay.
So what is the version many clients are using as of now? With ECC 6.0 version. ECC means Enterprise Central Component version 6.0, EHP 7, Enhancement Pack 7. Okay, so this is the version many of the clients are using. SAP is going to support this version till 2030. Okay, so till 2030, all clients will use this system, or they can go with S/4HANA version. The next version is.
Can you tell me again what does EHP stands for?
SAP stands for Systems Applications. EHP is an Enhancement Pack 7.
Okay.
So it is an enhancement pack. So why it is called enhancement pack? Because when the initially ECC 6 was introduced in 2008, I think around 2008, ECC 6 version was introduced by SAP. So during that time, enhancement pack 1 was there. So instead of changing the version, they added all new changes and adding enhancement pack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and finally it is a 7. Okay, enhancement pack 7. So whatever new changes they are going to add to SAP, that will be added in the enhancement pack.
Okay.
Then, so SAP come up with their own database. So till now, ECC system database is Oracle database. Database means wherever you enter data in SAP, that will go and store somewhere. That data is going to store in Oracle database. Okay, so SAP has come up with their own database, that is a HANA. HANA is a database that was introduced in 2011. But many clients were using Oracle database with the ECC version, and so SAP has come up with a new version in 2015, that is a Simple Finance.
Okay.
So Simple Finance is a version introduced in 2015. It was March month. The first release was 2015 March. So that's why this version is a 1503 or 1503 is a version, first version. That was Simple Finance. And it was only for finance, no logistic module. Logistic module means MM, SD, PP, all these are logistic modules. So there was no logistic module involved. So they come up with only Simple Finance by enhancing this ECC 6 version with the new features. Then every year new version is released. So the Simple Finance is renamed with the S4 HANA Finance. S4 HANA Finance. Finance 1511. So one more version was released in the 2015 November month. Then S4 HANA Finance 1610. So in 2016 October month, one more version was released by SAP, that is 1610. S4 HANA Finance 1709. In 2017, one more version was released. Every year, one new version was released by SAP. So in 2015, logistics modules also they included. So as part of their HANA. Then 1809, then 1909. So till now we have 1909. So one more version will come, that is a 2009. So this is the latest one. Whoever is going for a new implementation, means if any company wants to use SAP, they can go with this version of implementation as of now. If company started implementing just 1 year before, then their version is 1809, or before that year 1709. Okay, so compared to this version, very minimal changes, okay, from finance point of view. But they are doing some changes in the logistics and any other module. But every year there is a new version is released by SAP.
Yeah.
Is it clear, these versions?
Yeah. No, not for now.
Come again, I didn't get.
No questions for now. I did get all the things till now.
Yeah, fine. Okay, so before ECC version, ECC 6.0, so there was one more version called, like old versions also I'll give you for your info. So ECC 5.0, ECC 5.0 was there. This was in 2005, 6, 7, during that time it was there. And 4.7E was a version. So 4.7E Enterprise Edition. And 4.6b was also there. 4.6. So this was the initial version, like 2000, during 2000 year, this was there, and 2000 till 2006, 7, or till 10 also, this few of the clients were using this. Then ECC 5.0, then ECC 6.0. ECC 6.0 was introduced in 2008, but clients can use this version till 2030. Okay, so then SAP will not support this version. So they need to go with the S4HANA version. So directly learning S4HANA will not help you if you want to get into SAP job. You should also know what changes are there in the ECC 6 version, because ECC 6 is many clients are using as of now, and till 2030 they will use. So you should know what changes are there in the S4HANA as well as what is there in ECC. Now coming to our FICO course, so what info will be there in the FICO? What is the subject content in the FICO? So FI is a financial accounting.
Yeah.
So in financial accounting, so FI is a financial accounting. It is for external reporting purpose. So you prepare your balance sheet and profit and loss account based on your financial accounting only. So it has a sub areas called general ledger.
General ledger. Okay.
General ledger accounting, accounts payable, accounts receivable, and asset accounting, bank accounting. So in this we have bank reconciliation.
Yeah.
Okay, these are the sub areas in financial accounting. So general ledger accounting is mainly used to post your day-to-day transactions in the system. You prepare your balance sheet and profit and loss account based on general ledger. Then accounts payable deals with your all vendor related transactions. So what kind of vendors you have, whether it is a service vendor or material supplier vendor or domestic vendor or foreign vendor, and how many invoices are paid and how many invoices are still due. Okay, so all vendor related management will be going to take care in accounts payable. Accounts receivable will take care of customer related transaction. How much is a customer paid and customer receivables and how many sales are done. Related information in the accounts receivable. Asset accounting deals with the company's assets. So whatever assets are having organization, like fixed assets, land, building, plant and machinery, vehicles, furniture, all these assets are managed here, and we can also see what is the asset balances and how much is the depreciation is done on a monthly basis. So everything related to assets will be taken care in the asset accounting. And bank accounting is part of whatever the bank accounts they manage. Company will manage bank accounts in banks, right? So different banks like HDFC, ICICI, or SBI. So how you manage these bank accounts and how you do the bank reconciliation with the bank accounts. So here we have two kind of bank reconciliation. One is a manual bank reconciliation and electronic bank reconciliation. So electronic bank reconciliation is MT940. It is a statement, manual bank statement. The user will prepare this statement and upload in the system. So I'll give you both how it will work, manual bank statement and electronic bank statement. So apart from this, in FI, we also have reports, month-end activities, and year-end activities. Then we also have reports, like a different kind of reports in GL, accounts payable, accounts receivable, asset accounting, and even your balance sheet and the profit and loss account. All these reports comes here. Then legacy system migration workbench, LSMW. Legacy system migration workbench. So this will be used in the implementation project. So in the implementation project, from non-SAP system to SAP system, we want to take all their vendors, customers, GL, assets. So using this LSMW, we use to migrate the data. That is called LSMW. Then we also have a concept called validation and substitution. Validation and substitutions. We can validate some fields in SAP by using this validation and substitution concept. Then some functional specifications. So functional specifications, in case SAP is not providing any standard report according to the client requirement. So in that case, we need to write a program. ABAPer will write a program. So all these above mentioned modules are functional modules. Along with the functional modules, we also have technical consultants. These technical consultants are ABAP consultant. So ABAP is a code which is written in the background of SAP. Okay, so like we have C, C++, Java, right? At a similar way, for SAP, it is the backend is the code is ABAP code. So ABAP consultants will be there. ABAP consultant will take care of code, but we need to give logic. That logic is prepared in the functional specification document. Okay, so these are the areas of financial accounting. Do you have any question till now?
No questions. I understood what you said.
Yeah. So when it comes to CO, CO is a controlling module. So controlling is for internal reporting purpose. Okay, so here we are not going to publish any reports to government or any other authority. So it is only for internal reporting purpose for manager to take care where the cost they are spending more and how they can reduce the cost. So controlling contains cost element accounting, cost element is like your GL. Whatever GLs you create in FI as a P&L GL account, profit and loss account GL accounts. So these GLs are created as a cost element in CO to carry cost or revenue from FI to CO. So that is the main purpose of this cost element accounting. Then cost center accounting. Cost center accounting. So cost center is a department, like where they are spending cost in each department wise. So we can track the cost. Example, production department, how much they are spending cost. HR department, finance department, sales department. So whatever the cost they are spending, how they are spending and how to reduce that cost will be taken care in the cost center accounting. We can draw reports based on the cost center wise and analyze the cost. So manager will take decision if it is any unnecessary expenses are happening. So that will be controlled by analyzing the cost. Okay, that is a cost center accounting. Then we also have internal orders. So internal orders will help you to track cost per particular task wise. So example, company has conducted exhibition. How much is the total exhibition cost you want to know? So in case of exhibition, like salesman salary will be there and the discounts will be there. Okay, promotions will be there. All this one. So different GLs it will go. It will go to the different general ledger accounts. But by creating as an internal order, we can track what is the total exhibition cost using internal orders. For particular task wise, how much is the expense has occurred, we can track using internal orders. Then we also have profit center accounting. Profit center accounting deals with how much is the profit each profit center wise. Like we have cost center to track cost. So similar way, we have profit center to track profit each profit center wise. Then product costing. Product costing mainly used by manufacturing companies. If companies are manufacturing, so they want to know how much is their finished product cost. So example, one car is manufactured, Maruti Suzuki, if you take a Maruti Suzuki, so they want to know what is the cost of the finished product. So once they produce a car, how much they are spending on a particular car. So what is the raw material price? What is their raw material overhead? How much is the manufacturing cost? How much is the labor cost? Everything will be included. So how they can get? So in BCom you prepare a cost sheet, right? In the costing. So
Yeah,
the
cost.
cost sheet contains, right, raw material overhead, production overhead, administration expense. Then you will get cost
Sales
of
and
goods.
marketing.
Then if you add selling and administration expense, then you will also get cost of goods sold, COGS. So that info you get from product costing. Okay, so that is the mainly used by manufacturing company. Then last sub-module is controlling profitability analysis. So this is a COPA, controlling profitability analysis. If you want to see reports in customer wise or product wise, what is my profitability? Each customer wise, how much profit? Each product wise, how much profit? Okay, so the similar way you can see multi-dimensions profit using controlling profitability analysis. The data will flow from different modules like FI, MM, SD, and the CO to OPA. Then you see reports in the controlling profitability analysis. So these are the subtopics in controlling module. So apart from these topics, we also have real-time scenarios called implementation project. So that is the ASAP methodology. Accelerated SAP methodology. ASAP methodology means accelerated SAP methodology. So how the implementation project will be done? So what is the implementation first of all? So example, you tell me one company which you know.
SAP Labs.
Apart from SAP Lab, you tell me one company. You
IBM.
use, right? Daily, day to day, many products you will be using, right? You tell me one company name which you are using day to day basis. Let's take Colgate. You use, right, daily. Okay, so Colgate is planning to go for SAP implementation. Means they are using some other software. Now they want to go for SAP. Okay, if they want to use SAP in their organization, they want to implement SAP first. Then only they can use it. So normally they use some legacy system, maybe their customized program based on the Java or some other language. So now they want to go for SAP. How they are going to implement SAP is a process. The implementation process is called SAP methodology. So here we have 5 phases of implementation process. So the first phase is called project preparation. Project preparation, then business blueprint, realization, final preparation, and go live and support. Final preparation, go live, so these are the 5 phases of implementation process we'll discuss. Okay, so each phase, so in each phase what activities will be there, that also we'll discuss. This one is a part of SAP methodology implementation process. This one is the implementation process. Then apart from this, we'll also discuss once implementation is done, then support project will start. So that is after go live, support will start. In the support project, how the process will be there. So what is the tool they will use to do the support of any particular client? Like each and every client will use some ticketing tool. So the ticketing tool will be like they will raise their issues on daily basis and how the consultant will be resolved. Okay, so you need to understand the 2 kind of projects will be there. One is the implementation project, other one is a support project. If you join as a consultant, once you complete course and you attend interview and you got into one company. Okay, so 2 kind of jobs you are going to do. One is the implementation project, what other one is support project. So whoever is already using SAP, they are going to use, so they are into support project. So whoever is newly going for SAP implementation, then they should follow this ASAP methodology. So in the support project, how support process will happen, how incident will come to a consultant, particular consultant from the support company, all this support process also I'll explain. Okay, so that is a support process. Now, whatever I explained you, all these topics are there in the each version. Even ECC 6 also there, S4HANA also there. So SAP has come up with a new changes in S4HANA compared to ECC 6. So you should know both changes. What changes are there in the ECC? What changes are there in the S4 HANA? Also, you should know. So in S4 HANA, when it comes to S4 HANA, they have introduced Fury Launchpad. That is, user can log in from their mobile and do their activity, like posting of accounting entries, payments, everything can be done in the mobile or tab. Okay, so instead of using software, your laptop. Okay, so that can be done. And the new ledgers are introduced and new tables are introduced in S4 HANA. All these topics so will come. Okay, so here you have two options. You learn ECC version, then learn HANA, or you learn HANA and learn ECC. Okay, so because without knowing ECC version, just S4 HANA, no one will give you job, because many clients are going to use ECC version till 2030 year. SAP is giving support to them till 2030. So you should have ECC version. If you join as a consultant in a company, if they have only ECC, not HANA, then you will struggle over there. Okay, so if you know just ECC and not S4 HANA, then so many clients will ask you for S4 HANA knowledge as well. So that's why you should have both knowledge. Any question till now?
No, no question.
Do you have any other general question? I'm done with my demo.
No, I don't know much about this, but what you're saying, I'm getting all of these things. So I
Okay.
think.
Okay, fine then. Okay, so normally it will take at least 2 months to complete this entire course. Okay, so if you attend regularly. Okay, so and in detail with the real-time experience, like just instead of just notebook. So whenever we deal with any particular transaction, so we can discuss about real-time related transactions, how the real-time will happen. And I forgot to mention, there is an integration facility between each module. Okay, so that is the main purpose of SAP. So why SAP become more familiar? So it has integration facility from one module to other module. So this integration is FI to SD and MM to FI. Integration is there. So this is a purchase to pay cycle and order to cash flow. Order to cash flow, purchase to pay cycle. This one is a O2C. O2C. This one is a P2P.
What's this O2C? This is
Order to
integration.
cash. So what is the order to cash means? Example, one client, any person. Example, you want to buy a laptop. Okay, what you do? First, you will check, right, which online platform is giving a laptop for discounted price. Like you will check in Amazon, Flipkart, all. Then you also compare your stores, like nearby stores, how much they are giving discount. Okay, so maybe in the Chrome or Reliance, you will check. So initially, any customer wants to buy any product from the company, they will also do the inquiry and the quotation, take quotations and okay, so they do the comparison. Then they will decide to buy from particular company. Okay, so you decided to go for Dell laptop. You want to buy Dell laptop. Then Dell is sending laptop to you. So they will create a sales order because they are selling one laptop to you. They will create a sales order Then with reference to sales order, they will do the delivery. So during delivery, they will post accounting entry in the system. Then they do the billing. So once billing is done, then payment will be received from your end. Okay, so once you receive your laptop, then only you will make the payment. Okay, so that is like on delivery cash also there, right? Like that, even companies also follow the process is called O2C, order to cash. So they will receive order from the customer and they will collect money from customer. So by delivering their product, that is called O2C. OTC cycle will be happen in SD to FI integration point of view. Okay, and the next one is a P2P.
Yeah.
P2P is procure to pay. In case they want to do the manufacturing of product, if they have raw material to produce, okay, then they will produce. If they don't have raw material, so company will do this process, like which vendor is providing raw material, how much is the price of the material, and who is providing for less cost. Okay, all price comparison, everything will be done. Then they will go for purchasing of raw material from particular vendor. Then they will create a purchase order here. Okay, so they'll create a purchase order. With reference to purchase order, they receive goods. Then they do the invoice verification. Then they'll make payment to vendor. So from taking material to making payment, this process is called P2P cycle. Okay, this process is available in SAP. They will enter, person will enter details in the module that will come automatically to FI. Accounting entries will generate automatically using this integration process. Okay, so this is very, very important topic. So all other ERP packages also there. Okay, SAP is an ERP package. ERP means enterprise and central enterprise resource planning. So other ERP packages also there. Other ERP packages also PeopleSoft, JD Edwards, then Oracle, all ERP packages. But SAP become more familiar. It has integration facility. No need to maintain duplication of data in the each module. If you maintain in FI vendor, the same vendor you can use in the module. If you create a material, so that material process, it is linked with the FI. Accounting entries will generate automatically. If you pay salaries to employees in HR department, means HR module, it also hit to FI in their financial reporting.